Tong Po is what this is all about.
I don't know if you have some news of Don Wilson. He seems very silent. Tell him I'm not going to put the makeup on. Maybe he got so scared with Tong Po.
This is a fun question. So Mohammed Qissi, Michel Qissi, he did have like over 30 knockouts in amateur boxing. So he is very legit. And then obviously Don the Dragon Wilson, 11-time world kickboxing champion. I know you fought him in black belt. He's very legit. Here's a fun question. Here's a fun question. An exhibition match against the two of them. You have the world's, what I say, greatest movie kickboxer, Tong Po, versus world's greatest sports kickboxer. Who do you think would win?
Wow, that is a $1 million question, because I know both of them. I fought both of them, not for real. So, but I felt the power of Michel Qissi, and I felt the power of Don Wilson. They both have the same power. It's a different type of power. Don Wilson he moves different than Michel Qissi. It's a different dynamic, but it is as lethal as the one as Michel Qissi, even though it looks very much and feels very much different. There's a certain technique Don Wilson has that is dangerous, and Michel Qissi is a very power guy. You know what I mean? The whole body goes behind it, where with Don Wilson, there's not much physical muscle power. It's more, it comes out of nowhere. He doesn't telegraph. He's not like the kicker. It's not a Van Damme kicker or anything like that, right? So he's and he has a very strong face. So you look at his face; it's the face of a fighter. Benny Arquidas has the same face. The forehead is so thick. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So if that would be a real fight, my money. Oh, it's so hard. I wish I would have the answer. I would love to see it.
You know, the reason I brought it up is because I think we might. Like, I've talked to both guys, and they're both very interested in the exhibition match. So I think we're going to find out. I think we're actually going to find out. You know, it'll be fun.
If you could pull this off, it's a major event. I love the idea.
From Thailand, the fighter's name is Tong Po, ladies and gentlemen.
Don Wilson, the Dragon. I want no excuses.
Man, he's a warrior. He's a warrior. I mean, he has a big heart. His cardio is phenomenal. So he's very, very good. It's hard to talk. I mean, I would love him if he was there. You know, we talk together. It would be better. But if I go in the ring, let's say I spar with Don Wilson, I can give you a better result. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you have a better idea, sure.
If I go with him, I can tell you, because I went with Jean-Claude. So if I go with Don Wilson, example.
Van Damme one time said this. He said, people talk about me fighting Don Wilson. He goes, Don Wilson wouldn't have a chance against me. He goes, I work out with people like Dennis Alexio. Van Damme said that in an interview. Now, unknown to Van Damme is, I beat Dennis Alexio.
Whoa, take it easy.
Don Wilson definitely won the fight by showing his strategic abilities and his desire to maintain his title.
Yeah, and so Van Damme thinks there's no way I can compete with him because he trains with people like Dennis Alexio. Now, that just shows me he doesn't know anything about my background.
Anytime, if you want, we can do a little sparring.
He's still working out all the time.
That's good. That's good. But it's okay. I would love to spar with him. And then if I spar with him, I can give you a better, because talking, it's easy. But to me personally, when I see Don Wilson and I see Jean-Claude and I try to come out, forget about the brothership, grow up with Jean-Claude just as an athlete, Don Wilson and Jean-Claude, again, Jean-Claude is another level. Means fighters know fighters. Don Wilson will not last one round.
I don't know if you have some news of Don Wilson. He seems very silent. Tell him I'm not going to put the makeup on. Maybe he got so scared with Tong Po, he thinks Tell him that's just a makeup. Please tell him, por favor. Don Wilson, the dragon. It's just a movie kickboxer. Don't be scared. He's just going to be with Mohammed with his nice smile in the ring, so don't you worry.